Hi everybody, welcome back to this week's video. Today we're talking about dairy. Is it harmless? Is it helpful? Or is it harmful? There's a lot of controversy about this, a lot of confusion. Have you started looking into plant-based nutrition and you're thinking, why on earth are we eliminating an entire food group? It's a little unsettling if you grew up like I did, believing that dairy is good for you and you should be having a glass or two of milk every day. And when you're eating that cheese stick, blah, 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 it goes on and on. You think it's good for you. And I did too, not so long ago. So I'm gonna put your questions to rest with this video all about dairy. So if this is your first time catching these videos, I'm so glad you found me. I do these videos every single week, and my name's Danielle. I'm a national board certified health and wellness coach, and I'm a plant-based nutrition educator. So I'm glad you found this channel, or if you found us on Facebook or Instagram TV, keep hanging out with me if you want to learn more about upgrading your nutrition, taking charge of your habits, and prioritizing self-care. That's my jam, so that's what we're here to talk about. So one of my clients recently asked me, she was kind of new to plant-based eating and just getting her feet under her with all of it, and she reached out to me and said, so remind me what's so bad about dairy? And that's a soapbox a little bit that I tend to get on, so this is my soapbox dairy episode, okay? So bear with me, but this is some really important information that you may not have ever heard before. And if you have heard it before, this will be a really good reminder if you found yourself kind of slipping into old habits and saying, it's okay, it's just a little bit of dairy here and there, okay? So this is for you. So I have a laundry list here, you guys, of the things that are not good about dairy, okay? So I'm just gonna get into it. I'm not here to convince you, I'm here to give you some information, and then I would love for you to go and do some research, okay? I want you to own whatever it is that you are choosing to do moving forward for your family. But I'm gonna share with you the things that I've learned and the conclusions that I've come to for me and my family. So, okay, number one problem with cow's milk and dairy and all things that come from it, butter, cottage cheese, yogurt, everything, okay? I'm talking everything that comes from cow's milk. First of all, we'll start here. It's high in fat and it is completely devoid of fiber, okay? And those two things together give us a food that is calorie dense, okay? Which means it's gonna take up this amount of space in our stomach, but the calorie count is inflated because it doesn't have any bulk created by calorie-free fiber. And because it is naturally high in fat, it's also going to be more calorie dense, right? Remember, I've taught you this before, that gram for gram, 1 gram of fat has 9 calories, whereas 1 gram of protein or 1 gram of carbohydrate has 4 calories, okay? So if you're eating something that is high in fat, automatically your calorie density is going to go up, which means that you can't trust your hunger signals anymore, right? Because yeah, your stomach's not full yet, so you're still hungry, but guess what? You've been eating this food that's super calorie dense, so it's gonna be easy to overeat. It's gonna be easy to gain weight. And that's just the sort of thing that I really encourage my clients to stay away from. So there's my first little issue with dairy, okay? Number 2, the nutrition that we think is in dairy products. We can get in plant products and maybe even better absorb it in the plant kingdom than we can in the animal kingdom, okay? For example, one perfect example of this is calcium. The calcium in cow's milk is actually, since it's accompanied with such an acidic, high protein food, our body actually rejects it. Our body does not even absorb the milk, the calcium in cow's milk. Okay, again, there's so much research you could do on this. I'm gonna link a playlist, an entire playlist from Dr. Greger that you can check out and really kind of go through this and start reconciling new information with old information and old beliefs about nutrition. So guess what? Everything you thought that you were consuming dairy products for, like calcium, vitamin D, protein, you can get in the plant kingdom, okay? You do not even need to stress about it. And in fact, it's gonna be coming in a better, healthier, fiber-rich package for you if you're getting it from the plant kingdom instead. Okay, the real big reason that I do not any longer consume dairy products, and I do not buy any dairy products for my family, is because it contains 3 things that are known to cause and exacerbate cancer. Yeah, you heard me right. Okay, it's terrifying to me, and being a spouse of someone that has lived through cancer, this is totally on my radar. You better believe it. So 3 things I want you to know about that is naturally found in cow's milk. And I'm going to tell you why they are there, right? Number 1, IGF-1. It stands for insulin-like growth factor 1, and it grows cancer. Okay. Again, check out the playlist below. You can see all the research and all the studies on this that Dr. Greger talks about. IGF-1 is really good for baby cows that need to grow really quickly. But newsflash, you and I are not baby cows. We do not need to grow at that rapid rate. And especially if we're adults, the only thing that's left to grow is cancer cells. Right? Okay, so we don't need this. This is not something that is added by the dairy farmers, okay? This is naturally occurring in cow's milk because what is it? It's breast milk for a baby cow that needs to grow quickly, okay? Makes sense, right? Okay, another thing, cancer-causing agent in cow's milk is estrogen. Estrogen is a hormone that, yes, as humans we have, and we have it in just the right amounts usually, that we need. We don't need any more in our food, okay? In fact, it's harmful and it leads to breast cancer, okay? We don't need this in our lives. Again, why is it naturally occurring in cow's milk? Again, because it is for the baby cow. It's not for humans. Okay, last one that has been shown and linked to cancer is casein. Casein is the animal protein in cow's milk. It's also present in eggs. It's also present in meat, which is also why I avoid those things. It has been shown to grow cancer. And when you, like if you ever watched Forks Over Knives, and Dr. Campbell talks about his research that when he stopped feeding the rats that he was experimenting on, when he stopped feeding them animal protein, which was casein, the cancer stopped growing. Okay, so he says in the film, he says, I got to the point that I could turn the growth of cancer on and off. And man, when I heard those words, I was like, what? So yeah, I mean, if we know that these things exacerbate cancer, why are we consuming them? It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, last one I'm going to end with is saturated fat and cholesterol. Okay, these things are not okay to have in our diet. We do not need saturated fat to be healthy. We do not need any cholesterol in our diet to be healthy. In fact, in order to be healthy and to avoid our #1 killer in the United States, which is heart disease, we want to let go of all things in our diet that have cholesterol or saturated fat, my friends. So if this is in your family history, if this is on your radar, if you have a history in your family, stroke, heart attack, bypass surgeries, stents, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, we do not need dairy in our lives, okay? We just don't need it. We can get the nutrition that we thought we were getting from it from the plant kingdom. That's my soapbox, okay? Sorry, I'm getting a little excited about this, but you need to understand this, right? Because if you are a parent, or soon to be a parent or a grandparent, if there was just one thing that I could ask people to stop giving their children, it's dairy. I mean, I don't care about all the other stuff. If you could just let go of dairy, oh, the world would be such a healthier, happier place. So there's my wish for you and my hope for you that you can see this for what it is, that the next time you are around somebody that has a big pizza and it's just oozing and gooey with cheese, I want you to see cancer, okay? The next time, somebody is giving their baby cow's milk, I want you to remind yourself that no, they don't need that. They can get calories elsewhere, they can get calcium, they can get protein elsewhere. We don't need to be giving that to our children. Okay, this is something I'm super passionate about. I'm sorry if I got a little intense for you, but let me know if you have any follow-up questions about this. I'd be happy to help put your mind at ease here. Again, I don't see it as my job to convince you of this. I'm just giving you kind of your start. That here's the baton. Now please go run with it. Please go do your research, make your own decisions, and make your own changes. And let me know if you need any support along the way. So that's my soapbox on dairy. Feel free to share this with people, and hopefully we can start making some shifts. And hopefully someday we will know, the whole society will know how unhealthful and unhelpful and maybe even harmful dairy products are. Just like we know now that smoking is not good for us, someday the mainstream will accept the fact that dairy is not good for us. So until that day, please, let's get this started. Let's make some changes, and I'll see you in next week's video.